So we also have the TV time, the time and TV network for the NCAA Women's Championship. First four and first round games. You have Princeton and Iowa, number 11 Princeton, number 11 seeds Princeton Iowa State matchup at 7 Eastern, UCU, and 16 seeds Southern and UC San Diego matchup at 9 Eastern. Then we have then that is due to the men's NIT being on ESPN2 on Wednesday in the second day, because on the first day we're having it be on ESPN2 and ESPNU, and then on Tuesday and then Wednesday it's just going to be on ESPN2 due to the women's games on ESPNU and other stuff on ESPN. And then on ESPN2 they're going to have the first four for the women. They're going to have number 11 Washington, number 11 seed Washington, Columbia, and then number 11 seeds, or number 16 seeds. I don't even know how you put that out. 9 Eastern. And then at 11:30 Eastern, though, Princeton Iowa State will match up against Michigan at 11:30 a.m. Eastern. Then we have Liberty and number 13 seed Liberty, 4 seed Kentucky at noon Eastern. 9 Indiana, 8 Utah at 1:30 Eastern. ESPN 2. 2 Eastern is going to be number 14 Steve Boston, number 3 Notre Dame. And then at 2:30 Eastern, we have the first, and there's no games on ESPN U early due to the NCAA, the early afternoon sessions of the NCAA Wrestling Championships. The first round, which is Thursday, which doesn't matter. The quarterfinals, which does. But that means there will be less games on, more a little bit later in the day. Put, all together. And then you'll have an ESPNU. And then ESPN2 will have the semifinals on Friday. And leading up to the consolation finals. And the consolation finals will be ESPNU a little bit earlier on Saturday. And then the finals will be Saturday evening on ESPN. So you only see games Friday and you won't see them Friday evening, you won't see games in ESPN2. Or Friday early afternoon, you won't see games ESPNU. Same as Saturday. Saturday, there won't be a lot of games in ESPNU, though, because of the Big 12 Women's Gymnastics Championship. Because they don't have a conference affiliation network, so they're put in ESPNU. And they're big enough to where gymnastics they are. And then we're put in with Oklahoma being on there. Even with Oklahoma in the women's gymnastics. So, the best women's gymnastics programs in the country. SC Gymnastics or SC or EC. But the Big 12s are still ESPNU due to have a no conference affiliation network. I mean, they're ESPN Plus, but they're not doing that, So yeah. And then you have maybe a game on in between that. Game or two on in between that. On ESPN, or at least probably one in between that. The wrestling championships and women's gymnastics championship for the Big 12 is not true. And then we have here the first ESPN News game. ESPN News normally doesn't air a ton of live sports games. However, like I'm talking complete and full games, they're usually used for overflow if like one game is on. Which I'm assuming they will be used for that. But it'll only be used if there's time in between the two games. And they're not, one's not done, in full. We have Fairfield, number 12, Fairfield, number 5, Kansas State. And it's really only used in the first round. I mean, it's used in full. It's going to be used for that. Mainly, it's going to be used for the games on Friday a little bit more. And then maybe Saturday there might be a game or two. And ESPNU has other stuff on it. Might be. But ABC has 2 of them. ABC has 2 women's gymnastics games. the women's gymnastics, and they have the women's gymnastics, and they have others. The women's gymnastics and the wrestling championships in the morning. So that is on Saturdays, and then they have 2 on ABC though as well. And they have Saturday, Sunday games on ABC, which so. In the afternoon, you have 2 on ABC, Saturday afternoon, and then Sunday afternoon. There's 2 in the second round, and then which will be teams that play Friday in the first round, and then there will be 2 Sweet 16s in ESPN or ABC. There should be on next, and then 2 Elite 8s, and then the national championship game. And we have FD Fairleigh Dickinson, number 15, and number 2 TCU at 3:30 Eastern ESPN 2. 3:30 Eastern ESPN 2 is Grand Canyon and Baylor. 4 Eastern ESPN is Tennessee Tech, number 16, and number 1 South Carolina. Number 13 Montana State, and number 4 Ohio State at 5:30 Eastern ESPN 2. 5:30 Eastern ESPN 2 is a really good one. It's gonna be a really good one. Oregon and Vanderbilt. And then Ball State, number 5 Ole Miss at 6 Eastern ESPN. 6 Eastern ESPN is Nebraska and Louisville. And then 7:30 Eastern ESPN News is going to be Georgia Tech and Richmond. Lehigh and Duke at Eastern ESPN News. And number 12 South Florida and 5 Tennessee at Eastern ESPN. Then 10 Eastern and ESPN. There's going to be the Southern UC San Diego winner playing UCLA. And then on Saturday, 22nd, here we have a few games on. We have number 11 Murray State and number 6 Iowa at noon Eastern on ESPN. 1 Eastern ABC is number 15 Arkansas State, number 2 UConn, number 12 Green Bay, and number 5 Alabama. 1:30 Eastern ESPN 2. And then we have Vermont, number 15 Vermont, number 2 NC State. 2 Eastern ESPN. 2 Eastern ESPN News is going to be the Washington Columbia winner playing West Virginia. And then it's going to be and then FGCU, number 14 FGCU, number 3 Oklahoma, 2:30 Eastern ESPN. 3 Eastern ABC, it's going to be UNC Greensboro and UNC. So UConn and USC are going to get the featured matches, featured games, big televised spots. I mean, Greensboro and Arkansas State are going to, but it's mainly for UConn and USC. And I'm assuming they're prioritizing teams that they don't normally see, conferences that they can't normally televise. They have rights to any, like Big East, or for a while they haven't, and Big 10 they haven't had for a couple years. I mean, they still have rights in like softball, like baseball, like lacrosse, but they don't have like the marquee sports like men's, women's basketball, football, or volleyball anymore. They don't have those 4 main sports. Then we have 2 Eastern, I guess number 15, number 2 NC State, and then Eastern, and then 2 Eastern, like I said, it's Iowa. It's Washington Columbia plays West Virginia at 2 Eastern. And let's go to number 10 South Dakota State, number 7 Oklahoma State at 3:30 Eastern ESPN 2. 4 Eastern ESPN is Norfolk State and number 4 Maryland. Number 13 Norfolk State, number 4 Maryland. 4 Eastern ESPN. 4:30 Eastern ESPN U is going to be number 14 Oregon State, number 3 North Carolina. Then Harvard, number 10 Harvard, number 7 Michigan State at 4:30 Eastern ESPN News. 5:30 Eastern ESPN 2 is number 9 Mississippi State, number 8 California. Then we have number 9 Crane, number 8 Illinois at 6:15 Eastern, or 7:15 Eastern, on ESPN News. 7:45 Eastern ESPN 2 is going to be number 11 George Mason, number 6 Florida State, and then we have 16 seeds William and Mary and High Point are gonna play. Winners gonna play Texas at 9:45 Eastern and 10:15 Eastern on ESPN. Is number 14 San Diego State and number 3 LSU.